good softball arm could throw it from this diamond right to the pier. Southern California, from Huntington Beach inland to Irvine, California. The fourth annual 2019 Premier Girls Fast Pitch All-American Game. A celebration of high school graduates heading into their freshman year. Amanda Freed, Olympian, All-American at UCLA. My name is Darren Sutton. And Amanda, what makes this great, these are all recent graduates. These are all players that are committed to schools you folks know very, very well. These are the best 19 graduates in the United States. This may be an exhibition game, but it's a really fun exhibition game.
Like you said, this is a celebration, a true celebration of our sport for just the fans. I mean, there's so many families in the audience right now, but a lot of just softball fans looking to watch the best of the best play. We talk a lot about the collegiate level, those freshmen coming in to make an impact. There are a bunch on that field today, and this is going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, you make an impact as a freshman because you play at this level throughout high school. You play travel softball. Let's get to know these athletes, and in order to do so, let's turn it over to public address announcer, PA announcer Garrett Hay, representing PGF. He will bring us the starting lineup for this great game, and he'll do it right now.
Premier Girls Fast Pitch welcomes you to the 2019 PGF National Championships. Today we celebrate our 10th anniversary and the future of the game of softball, the 2019 PGF All-American Game. The best of the best, East versus West, live on ESPNU. And now, introducing the West All-Americans. Number 2, Alicia Flores. Number 19, Kinsey Hansen. Number 11, Julia Jimenez. Number 1, Hope Ali. Number 14, Seneca Curo. Number 3, Hannah Dardano. Number 6, Sydney Huff. Number 12, Audrey LeClaire. Number 16, Miranda Stoddard. And number 17, Julia Scardino. And now the starting lineup for the West All-Americans. Leading off, playing left field, number 20, Jadalyn Alchin. Batting second, center fielder, number 7, Sierra Briggs. Batting third and catching behind the plate, number 8, Alyssa Garcia. Batting cleanup and playing second base, number 18, Maya Brady. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 9, Jasmine Hill. Batting sixth and pitching, number 13, Lexi Sosa. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 15, Kiki Malloy. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 10, Raylene Gutierrez. Batting ninth, shortstop, number 4, Alina Torres. And the flex, number 5, Brooke Nelson. Assistant coaches for the West All-Americans, Tony Mascarenas. Lovey Jung. And head coach, Jenny Finch. And now introducing the home team, East All-Americans. Number 1, Emmy Blaine. Number 19, Bella Dayton. Number 14, Mackenzie Donahue. Number 4, Angela Zadak. Number 18, Chandler Dennis. Number 2, Kyle Lepresti. Number 5, E.C. Taylor. Number 16, Jenna Johnson. And number 11, Alyssa Papelka. And now the starting lineup for the East All-Americans. Leading off, playing left field, number 3, Lexi Voss. Batting second, playing second, number 8, Jordan Campbell. Batting third and catching behind the plate, number 6, Gabby Dieters. Batting cleanup and pitching, number 9, Sydney Suplee. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 10, Mia Buffano. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 7, Riley Boone. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 17, Caitlin McCrary. Batting eighth, shortstop, number 20, Devin Flaherty. And batting ninth, playing first base, number 15, Tatum Goff. Assistant coaches for the East All-Americans, Alyssa Palomino, Susie Brasney, and head coach Natasha Watley.
There you have it, the best in the land, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Skills on display, legends coaching, legends teaching, and the future of softball in the stands, enjoying all of it. It's the PGF High School All-American game next. The Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game as part of Summer's Next is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And Gillette, the best a man can get. The legendary coaches, and that was so much fun to see the coaches make their way out. Jenny Finch, Levianne Jung, and Tony Mascarenas. Of course, Finch, very involved in all things diamond sports these days. The legendary Arizona pitcher had a successful professional career as well. Let's take a look at that starting lineup. We'll quickly throw some commitments at you. Everyone is committed in this game. Jalen Alchin, Washington. Briggs, LSU. Garcia, UCLA. Brady, the same. Hill, ASU. Sosa, UCLA. Malloy, Washington, where her dad, Lawyer Malloy, who went on to have Super Bowl fame, played as well. Gutierrez, LSU, and Torres, 2 ASU commits in this lineup of this All-American game. This is so much fun to see these athletes earn this opportunity. Sydney Suplee is in the circle for the East team. She's out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Plays for that very successful Beverly Bandits travel program that earlier today won a 16U Premier National Championship. She's a Northwestern commit. Heidi is her mom, Jay is her dad, and what an honor to be able to throw the first pitches of this game.
Oh, absolutely, and to celebrate her career and what she's about to go embark on at Northwestern, who has been really climbing the ladder collegiately.
And right away we go to work. Up against the fence, how about that effort? McCrary just drifted over, measured her space. And measured it very well.
It's key in this game, too, the communication between athletes who are playing next to and, you know, by teammates that they haven't ever. So you got to talk a lot, know the dimensions of the field, and learn to play together quickly.
This is left-handed hitter Sierra Briggs. She played her high school baseball locally here at Orange Lutheran out of Yorba Linda, California. Great travel program, the SoCal Athletics, and LSU awaits her arrival. Sister Kelsey had a nice career at East Carolina University on the softball diamond. Anything more for me on Suplee with regard to what we're seeing as a pitcher?
Well, I enjoy reading about what she would scout herself as being a spin pitcher and just her ability to throw hitters off balance. So she's not overpowering. She recognizes that, but she could throw timing off really well.
Roller, hugs the line, but it's foul.
And we've seen that already in the first 2 hitters.
You talk about it, and why are athletes here, besides their ability and their work ethic, and maybe Briggs gives us a snapshot as to the why. She said one of the greatest challenges she's ever overcome was playing for the SoCal Athletics, the 18U team, at 14. She said, I had a lot of self-doubt. It was challenging. My teammates made a community around me, but I was so much younger, I didn't think I could make it. She did. She thrived, and here she is a couple of years later. The courage to play up. Not for everyone. Beautiful swing. Snatched right off that grass. Riley Boone. How about you? That sun's no fun out there, by the way. And Riley, a great athletic recovery on that one. A sinking line drive.
Yeah, a great read off of a lefty stick. This is going to tail towards the line. The lefty right fielder goes down top of her shoelaces and picks it right up off the grass. Beautiful play.
UCLA commit Alyssa Garcia. Southern California based. On the ground, foul ball. Oh, yeah. It's an exhibition game. You better have some fun. There we go. I like that. As Garcia, number 8 in that jersey, plays for the really respected Firecrackers Rico Wild travel program out of San Diego area, Chula Vista, California. And part of the 14U PGF Championship in 2016 with the Athletics Mercado squad, who just got done winning the 18U National Championship. High pop-up. Just outside of the circle, good communication. They don't play together. But Tatum Goff says, I will do the communicating. Tatum says, I'll do the talking. Riley, you do the dancing. We're having fun. The PGF High School All-American game just getting started. High School All-American game. Premier Girls Fastpitch taking a peek in high above center field. The starting lineup for that East team, who, by the way, came up short last year by a score of 4-2. Illinois is where Lexi Voss is headed. Jordan Campbell to Texas. Dieters, Mizzou, Northwestern, Sucre, Bafano to Florida, Boone, Oklahoma, McCrary, Tennessee, Florida State, and Kansas, the last two commits, and away we go. This is UCLA commit Lexi Sosa out of Carmel Valley, California. She just won herself an 18U national championship as part of the Athletics Mercado squad, headed to UCLA. And Sosa is someone you've seen pitch before and seen pitch pretty effectively.
Yeah, Sosa was a very early commit when you could commit early, and she throws that ball hard. You can tell she's also a hitter, so it's fun to watch her play both sides of the field. She was in that designated hitting position when her team won the championship just a couple of hours ago.
How fun to change uniforms, to kiss a trophy, celebrate with your teammates, change uniforms, and be on national TV twice. That one grabbed the inside corner. The two national championship games played earlier this morning, the 16U and the 18U, amazing, just incredible. Well, this morning and this afternoon, my apologies. On 3-1. The outside corner, 3-2 the count. Everything that elite softball should be. Teams that didn't hand the other team the wins. Pitchers that attack throwing strikes. Energy, passion, great fan support. Beverly Bandits, 16U out of Chicago, or Athletics Mercado out of Southern California, victorious. Lexi Sosa with the play for the out. And this is earlier today, Lexi's team, and there was just a lot to be excited about. You and I enjoying every moment of it. What stood out to you?
I think just the performance of Allison Royalty in the circle just set the tone for the team, but it was a pitcher's duel on both sides. And it really just came down to a key piece of hitting, a run scored, tight pitching.
Was hard to forget. She is committed to go to ASU. A 14, right? 14 strikeout effort.
14 strikeouts, one hit against a tough Georgia Impact team.
Jordan Campbell earns this opportunity as an All-American as Campbell takes over the outside corner. Nice spin on that curveball. Texas A&M commit. A tight rotation here.
Nice spot.
Right back over the inside corner to the pride of Kingwood High School. Recent graduate out of Kingwood, Texas. Her dad, a college basketball player, Sam at Rice University. She battled through all sorts of injuries her junior year to reach this spot. How sweet it is before you head to college at Texas A&M. Her junior year, PCL, MCL, and part of her meniscus, all part of a tear. just couldn't play for quite some time. The extra work that went into it, the rehab. And here she is. She's an outstanding player and an All-American, deservedly so, on this team. Impact Gold, her travel team. 2-2 the count. Amanda and I, glad you're with us. Sosa deals that curveball, jumps away, runs outside. You know what's fun about Lexi Sosa, and we also have Lexi Voss on the other roster, is her passion for writing. She doesn't hope to write or write well with her paper. She wants to be an author someday. Inside corner. She penned a beautiful pitch that time. The story sends the hitter back to the dugout.
And mixing it up, she was living outside and then comes in tight with that screwball. Threads the needle between the plate and the batter's box.
Catcher number 6, Gabby Dieters.
This is Gabby Dieters. She is a Mizzou commit. Just off the end of the bat, fouling that one off. Gabrielle out of Bowling Green, Missouri Bowling Green High School. And check that, by the way, she's a Kentucky commit. She's from Missouri. Sorry, Wildcats, I gave one of your players away for just a moment there. My apologies. 0-1 the count to Gabby, and that one is high. To finish the thought on Sosa, she makes it clear, I don't just want to write for a paycheck. I want to motivate people with my words. Journalism is what she plans on studying. Writing intensively is what she enjoys, and maybe spinning it even into some narratives or coverage of softball, of the sport. Even more on the fiction side, some creative writing about her sport she loves. Should be interesting. The 3-1. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. So not only is she earning a bunch of awards for a swing like this, she's a great basketball player too. She's also really active in 4-H and Future Farmers of America, and I don't mean just kind of. 3-2, in on the hands. We'll share her exploits as a Future Farmer of America here in a little bit. But for now, a pitch up and in, hard for Gabby to deal with. We've played one so far. The pitcher's story, if you're writing it, it's a good one. Introducing these players one by one, Maya Brady will lead things off, and certainly excited to be joined by one of the great legends of this sport, one of the true leaders of this sport, Hall of Famer and longtime UCLA head coach Sue Enquist joining us. And Sue, this is kind of your heartbeat here. Young athletes, the future of the sport, families who you communicate with, parents so much. How much fun is this? How much fun has today been for you, coming after a good morning surf and then coming over here and seeing that great 18U finish? And now we celebrate softball, something that a decade ago, a game like this didn't happen, not at this level.
Well, and I love the fact that these are individuals that are being recognized in our team sport. Parents get to see great talent from all over the country playing together, and I love that part. And I can't wait until our sport does more individual recognition and competition around individual play. That's when our sport's really going to start to continue to grow.
Maya Brady hits one hard on the ground. Maya out of Oaks Christian High School. OC Batbusters, her team, and a UCLA commit. So we're going to sneak in intros of the players so that we can do that individual thing. Then we'll sneak in questions to you. We'll work through the traffic. Can you roll with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, Sue Enquist is joining us. Legendary Hall of Fame coach. Jasmine Hill gets her chance. She is an ASU commit. So where are we and where are we headed when you talk about one softball, one of your great efforts with regard to everyone working together? That's toward the gap. That's toward the wall. Up against it, Jasmine Hill hustling on around. Into second with a double. Now hold that thought, that deep question that you're about to answer, because, and I'm sorry, Amanda, I'm going to let her break down this swing if you don't mind. Are you good with being an analyst?
Please.
Oh, there you go. It's all about putting all your gears together on time. And she does a great job with her barrel angle, and that center fielder also. Let's talk about defense too. Check out this throw by the lefty.
Ian Buffano out there in center field with that great throw. Nice job. I appreciate that. Hey, so communication's important, not just with coaches and parents, but with organizations and the athletes. You want to up the ante on communication, even down to the rec player, right?
Yeah, and we just want to be able to create more standards where if you get into coaching as a volunteer, that we're going to give you the tools you need to be a successful coach. I don't think we've mastered that yet.
An opportunity now to swing the bat for Lexi Sosa, who we have enjoyed with her work in the circle. Sue Enquist is joining us as part of this All-American game, and that one sails high and inside. So we haven't mastered the communication yet, and obviously we need to put the parents and the players first even more. You talked about individualism and a chance for players to hop on and be recognized individually outside of team efforts. What is it about parents that we need to up the education? Where do we need to focus our efforts in the sport of softball?
Well, what we did is we traversed the country and asked parents what they need. They said they need 3 things. They need more leadership, they need technical development, and they're asking for a path to college. And they need this information that's objective and accurate. So those are 3 big areas that our country is asking us to help them with.
So as we talk about the youth, am I allowed to ask you about the possibilities at the pro level? We obviously have an existing league now. Where can we go with professional softball? Even the model that, Amanda, you and I have talked about in Japan, where compensation comes from corporations and you're an employee as well. Where can we go? What have you learned in your investigation, let's say the last half decade?
Well, I think the first thing is that those that don't know about the Pro League, the National Pro Fastpitch has the best players in the world.
Yes.
We have global influence now. We have China coming in. We've got Australia coming in. Canada's coming in. And so when it comes to having the best of the best, we have the examples there. Where the disconnect is, we're not doing a great job in our marketing efforts and working together as a sport overall. And it's not any one person, any one program, any one association's fault. It's all of our faults, mine included. We have to work together more on behalf of the marketing to get that TV, that advertising dollars into our game. And it's going to come. It's going to happen.
Do you think that individualizing can trickle up through there? Because we're highlighting these girls, and we talk about the college season and so many freshmen that come in, they make huge impacts on their team. But if we can bring it down here, talk about them, and then to me it feels like once college is done, there's that disconnect. But we want to create a followership between the girls, the role models, through college into the pro league. Is that kind of like
yes.
a path you're talking about as well?
Not only that, but how about standardized information? I'm gonna just put a shout out to the country overall. Why don't we have a universal profile? The parents should have one profile and everybody else uses that family's profile. Right now families have 14, 15 profiles because of recruiting events and bat metrics and all those kinds of things. So once we can get our bat metrics people, our recruiting people, our coaches association together, our softball associations together, say one universal profile, now the recruiters are happy, the coaches are happy, and most importantly, families are happy. That's number one. Number two is to be able to standardize how we evaluate. You know, the baseball side has done I'm a huge baseball fan. Baseball's done a terrific job of individualizing how we assess players and rank players from an individual perspective. So that's going to come. That's going to start happening now. We're going to start ranking players all throughout high school, and it just needs to be a little bit more objective so the parents know who is actually evaluating. Is it accurate? Is it objective? What are the principles that we're using to measure these kids? We now have great technology. So measure technology, cite, watching them and their tools, ranking it so parents have a better idea. I'm going to give you an example. These kids have been playing all week.
Right.
We don't even have summation data who the top 10 pitchers are in the tournament. That's number one. Let's start scoring the tournaments so these tournaments matter in terms of when this thing is over. If I'm coaching at Texas A&M or at Oklahoma or UCLA, I want a summation report of this tournament. We need to do that. The data is already there. Let's just collect that data. Let's provide that information to parents and coaches and watch how our sport grows when we start building individual recognition around a team sport.
Lexi Sosa hit by a pitch. Kiki Malloy hit by a pitch. Malloy, Beverly Bandits, University of Tennessee is her commitment. She's out of Washington. You may remember Dad, Lawyer Malloy, and you may be aware of sister Amira Malloy, who just finished a great career at Washington. Kind of saved the best for last. I mean, she worked as a role player, so Malloy is out there at first. And a quick visit to calm things down. Sue Enquist is up here chatting with us. How excited were you Obviously, UCLA victorious in the Women's College World Series, but the ratings were great.
Unbelievable.
Look, we're seeing it, too, over on the Pac-12 Network. We're seeing it dominate the other diamond sport with regard to ratings. They're thrilled about softball. The ratings are hot for softball.
Yeah, absolutely. And the level of play, the speed of the game. We've got a lot of action in the game. I just get so excited about that overall. And think about all the heroes in the game, too. It's not just these big pictures and these big hitters, but you've got pinch runners coming in that are the difference in the game. So to those parents out there that have a kid that's going to be a role player in college, don't panic. Everybody has a really important role. You're a specialist. If you're a pinch runner or a pitch hitter, you're a specialist. And be a part of that, because you're really the 1% in college. You represent the 1% if you go to college right now and play softball.
Yeah, I think the whole recruiting change has kind of changed that dynamic also. People are making better decisions about their path to college, and everyone's exhaling. I know we talk a lot about this, but it's kind of paused the rush and the panic in a really good way. What's your take on just the whole change of the recruiting and what that's doing for the families?
I agree. I think one of the things, Frito, is for the parents to be able to say, okay, I've got a little bit more time. I want to emphasize to those parents out there, no one knows your daughter better than you do. And it seems confusing. At the end of the day, you know what she wants. She's got to have some good grades. She's got to play some good softball. But most importantly, she needs to fit wherever that is, wherever she wants to be. No one knows that kid better than their parents.
Sue, thank you for your insights. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for having me. It's always great to be here. It's a great tournament.
Sue Enquist, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame coach, onesoftball.com. Visit, and that's where you will learn more about what Sue is doing, trying to kind of pull everyone together there. Your old coach, by the way, Freed.
She's amazing. Really lucky.
Where's that energy was there when you played for her, huh? I mean, that's energy that's you can't buy it in a can. I'll tell you that right now.
She had more energy when I played for her, believe it or not, on the field.
Oh, I believe it. Alina Torres, that one is elevated, popped to the right side. Not an easy play. Surrounding, a little basket catch there. Tatum Goff. Do that bread basket underneath and let it land softly. Sue, thanks for stopping by. The All-American game, the best players that just wrapped up their high school careers. Premier Girls Fastpitch, Irvine, California. You're watching the Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game as part of Summer of Next, presented by Geico. Good stuff with the Hall of Famer Sue Enquist as we move into the bottom half of the second inning. Lexi Sosa, CIF 2019 Pitcher of the Year here in California, goes back to work at the Anna Manning Stadium in Irvine, California. And Sydney Suplee is who she will deal with, her foe in the circle. Suplee out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We were sharing some of her details earlier. Travels down to the Chicagoland area, or did anyway, to play her travel ball for the Beverly Bandits. Now she's going to travel down to go to school at Northwestern. Off the end of the bat. And that one drops foul. Graduating with honors from her high school, Oshkosh North High School Community Award. A big part of her senior year, she raised over $100,000 for charity for a field that's being built here in this upcoming summer. Gatorade Softball Player of the Year, so this is a young woman already carving her own niche very aggressively. One-two. We've reached the point, and sorry, Amanda, to jump in baseball and softball, where being, either from back east to the Midwest, it's kind of now a no excuses zone. I mean, I understand you can't get outside as much, but the indoor facilities and the athletes don't want the excuse.
Yeah, no, there aren't any excuses anymore.
To the left side, that one put away over there by Jasmine Hill.
Might take a little more effort, but it's possible. And really, we're seeing athletes spread across the country. It's a really level playing field, and obviously you come out here, you see the weather, and you think, hey, maybe if I lived in California, but now there's great instruction everywhere.
Mia Buffano now on the left side. A little leg kick there as she takes that pitch over the outside corner. That's a fun timing mechanism to watch for the hitter. Palm Harbor, Florida, Palm Harbor University High School. She is a Florida Gator here very soon. Her dad is Primo. Her mom is Kathy. Like a lot of athletes, she said, I struggled with many times playing up. Am I good enough? Literally, that put air quotes around it with a question mark. Am I good enough to be here? She keeps proving herself right that she is good enough to be there step by step by step.
Yeah, we were talking about that also and what that could do to an athlete who might think the opposite, might leave the sport or might feel a little overwhelmed with feeling like you're not good enough. But then we've got some high-level performers out here today that felt that same way, pushed through, got better, learned, and now they're heading off to some top-level colleges.
Right fielder, number 7, Riley Boone.
Riley Boone gets a chance now. Boone, an Oklahoma commit. It's a pitch on the outside corner. Riley's from Owasso, Oklahoma. Texas Glory Shelton, her travel team, and Owasso High School. This is Natasha Watley, the legend, your former teammate at UCLA.
One of the best person. Doing a little coaching out in Japan after playing, gosh, nearly a decade.
Oh, and 2 the count. Framed up very nicely by Garcia behind home plate. Riley, intimate and very close with 2 other people in her life, her older brother Trevor and her mom, and it's just mom, Gayla, who has been her rock. She slaps that one. That's a fair ball. Long ball across the diamond. How about that speed? Oh, my goodness. Riley Boone, fun to watch you run.
I was watching the ball, all of a sudden I look up and I see those long strides, and Riley Boone is just about a step from first base. Calling herself safe just before she gets there.
She's a state champion on the basketball hardwood. She's a finalist for the Gatorade Player of the Year award twice out there at first. And Riley Boone out there now running the bases. Someday would like to be an FBI agent. That's what she aspires to do, studying criminal justice. Caitlin McCrary, the Tennessee commit. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Siegel High School. Pokes that one off to the right side. Tennessean Softball Player of the Year this past season. Alabama Sparks Elite, her travel team. Highly, highly decorated athlete. They all are. But you don't want to overlook one any more than anybody else.
And you take a look at this battery here with Lexi Sosa, Alyssa Garcia. It's the future of UCLA softball. Maybe a little combo going in. We'll see some action their freshman season. But a fun opportunity for them to get together.
Out to third. Boy, soft hands over there by Jasmine Hill, turning that one into an out. We're going to hear from these legendary coaches throughout this contest. We'll do it when we come back in just a moment. The PGF High School All-American game on a beautiful day in SoCal. East coaching staff, Natasha Watley, UCLA Athletics Hall of Famer, and of course one of the great voices of this sport. By the way, how is your voice down there with these athletes? Are they listening to your advice, Natasha?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to take some advice from them. They're phenomenal athletes. Like, they're getting after it. They're ready to win.
Natasha, you've played globally this sport, and now you've moved past this age and even your college age. How much fun would this have been for you if I were to go back to the end of your high school career to have a celebration like this, to be flown out to play in a game like this? How much have we evolved that we can have a game like this?
It's honestly amazing. I mean, how much our sport has grown. I mean, to have had this opportunity, I mean, to play with the best of the best before you get the send-off, I mean, it would have been an amazing achievement to make that game, and then just for these athletes to have this opportunity, I think it's tremendous.
Oh, and kind of going off that same idea is, now that you have an opportunity to step away from the game and reflect back at your career at UCLA, going in as a freshman, what would you have wanted somebody to tell you before you went in and took your first, at bat in a maroon uniform? What advice would you give these athletes?
I mean, it's just have fun. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, but not taking yourself so seriously. I think, we were so hard on ourselves, and so and especially this transition, you're just looking forward and you are just anticipating so much, and just, not take yourself so seriously, take it all in, take deep breaths, learn, but, still have fun and work hard.
Olympic gold medalist Natasha Watley, final question for you. In Japan, there is a draw for you. There has been as a player and now as a coach. What do they, meaning Japanese professional softball leagues and the league itself, what do they do well over there that maybe the NPF or another league that comes to join the NPF could steal? What ideas have it thriving in Japan?
I mean, where do we begin? There's a lot that they've got going on over there. I think in terms of the backing, they've have a lot of investments in their athletes. All the teams are owned by companies, so I think just starting with that, just the support that they have there, I think that would be a great start. Just they're playing year-round at the professional level, getting their athletes ready to play internationally, so I think that's a big thing. After college, we have a big fall-off here, so we've got some work to do there. Obviously, we do have a pro league, but if we can get our athletes after college playing year-round and getting our almost like a feeder system going into international play, feeding our national team.
Natasha, thank you. I know you didn't expect that deeper global
you
question.
You got me. I was like,
you
East,
and I have
West,
talked about this
go.
before, but you know what? You and I have talked about this before. We've called games, and I think it's intriguing. Amanda and I talk about it, so I think your insights are very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Legend Natasha Watley down in that dugout. What do you think, Freed? You like what you had to say?
Tasha is just like one of the most well-rounded people that I know, and if you go to her website, you see what she's doing with her Natasha Watley Foundation. She just continues to give back, designed to give opportunities to inner-city kids who might not have opportunities. She's doing some good work with MLB. I mean, she's just in this for the girls, and you could tell in her voice like she's passionate, and she's just always giving back.
Swinging right through that one from the left arm of Suplee. Ciara Briggs, Orange Lutheran High School. We were talking about her sister earlier who played successfully at East Carolina. She said, that's my inspiration. He's inspired me to be the best woman I can be, as she has ahead of me. As she dumped that one in there in shallow center, you bet. After Olchin reached on the walk, Jalen Olchin, the Washington commit, it's Ciara Briggs with the single. All right, West squad, here we go.
A little fister, but a lot of power in that swing. Gets the ball out into center field. We're seeing a little offensive action here in this ball game.
Alyssa Garcia, her dad Tony, played for a brief time in the Mariners organization in the minor leagues. There's some power in that left-handed bat. Mistakes are punished. Pretty screwball, but it's outside. 2-0 the count to Alyssa Garcia. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us. There's a hook back through the zone, strong enough to muscle it into right field. Bases loaded for the West squad after a line out. It's a walk, a single, and a single. Bases full. The West making noise here in the third.
Number 18, Maya Brady.
And now Maya Brady.
We're seeing some strong hitters get up to the plate, because that's not a bad pitch location. That is in hard on the hands, just fisted into the outfield.
0-1 the count on Maya. Uncle Tom. See that last name? Her Uncle Tom Brady is the one you know about, playing in the NFL. Her mom is Maureen, and her sister is Hannah, who is 12 years old. But there's a famous tie there, if you will. Want to bend the ear of an athlete. Ask some questions. Firing home. How about that decision in that play by Jordan Campbell? Maya Brady reaches on a fielder's choice. Campbell fires home. And a pretty throw to Gabby Dieters.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Good decision. The infield was not pinched in. You could see Campbell playing behind the baseline, so she's got to throw through the runner going first to second. Throws a strong strike home for the out.
I think we may be seeing a change. Susie Brasney, 18-time ASA All-American. 3 Pan American teams, a gold and a silver. So decorated on that coaching staff. And she makes the call, opening things up, another opportunity to see another arm out there for this East squad. Chandler Dennis, committed to Michigan from Georgia. So Chandler takes this opportunity, and congratulations to Chandler as she's part of this All-American game. North Gwinnett High School, the East Cobb Bullets, her team, and again, as we mentioned, the University of Michigan. Sports management is what she would love to study someday.
And she prides herself in that screwball, rise ball, so a little up ball pitcher. She's really focused out there in the mound. She says, I love that one of her goals when she goes off to Michigan is to be a hitting pitcher. She wants to be in that batting order and out there in the circle.
Let's hear from Chandler Dennis as she warms in the circle.
PGF is a tournament where the best of the best come to compete in one spot. I've been coming here for, I think, 7 years, and it is literally the best tournament to play in. I love it, and I'm so excited to get after it this week.
That's awesome. Chandler sharing her thoughts with us. Here's the story of overcoming for Chandler, and there is one. 3 years ago, like any teenager, sleeping is paramount. They seem to sleep a lot as a dad of 4 myself, but her evenings and her nighttime into the morning rest did not yield a morning like she was used to. She woke up one morning and couldn't hear at all. And she ended up losing 80% of her hearing in both ears. Positive attitude, support of her family. So there's a big story of overcoming what turned out to be a tragic night's sleep for Chandler Dennis. And look at what she's accomplished as she is on her way to play for one of the greatest institutions, one of the better programs for Coach Hutch in the country in Michigan.
I think that's why what we do is so important, is we can highlight things like that. And that's why I love this sport, is you can overcome adversities. You can be any type of player and succeed if you put in the hard work and the effort. And she's heading off to Michigan. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
No. No, Ann Arbor, for those of you that have visited and understanding where the Big Ten moved itself to last year, Michigan and Minnesota, Northwestern, as she misses inside. And there's that run. It was a nice play by Jordan Campbell, but the walk yields a run.
Now batting number 13, Lexi Sosa.
And the first one that we see in this game, 1-0. And Lexi Sosa is back at it. Jasmine Hill, the ASU commit out of Gar High School in Norwalk, earns the walk. Chandler talks very fondly about her pitching coach, R.J. Luke. Lacey Ingram, one pitching coach, R.J. Luke, her trainer, inspiring me to be a better athlete, but also a better person every day. She's had that same pitching coach, Ingram, for 8 years. That one dives hard down and in. There's no doubt nerves could be a part of this.
I think absolutely. There's not much writing on this. It's not really one of those high-stakes situations that we see in the national championships, but this is facing the best of the best. These are athletes you're going to be facing when you go off to college next season, possible teammates. So you want to put in on a good show.
Inside that strike zone, elusive just a bit. Another run comes on down. The bases are full. Lexi Sosa draws the walk. And Kiki Malloy now. So Kiki had that choice, right? I mean, she's Washington. Dad went to Washington. Sis went to Washington. And Tennessee, she's carving her own little path.
She's rebellious.
That rebellious teenager. State-level basketball player, elite softball player. By the way, that rebellious teenager with a 3.9 GPA, most of her classes, AP classes. A lot of volunteer hours as well. Just trying to find the inside corner of that strike zone.
I think you tip your cap to the parents who, you know, allow her to kind of be her own person and support her decision. It's easy to want your kids to follow in your footsteps, and obviously your sister goes to Washington, very successful program, but everybody has the right fit for them.
That one sails away and scores the third run for the West squad. And the West squad, by the way, leads all time 2-1 in this series, and that's been the spot. That's been the challenge. Gabby Dieters couldn't pull that one in, but the challenge has been the rising fastball and commanding it.
Yeah, she's got a nice rise ball. Chandler does, and a screwball, and you got to remember also the battery doesn't work together, so you've got your elite level pitchers with movement that you probably haven't seen before. You've got great movement, but it's just different. That pitcher-catcher connection is critical.
Sydney Huff, you saw her trot out, number 6 on that red jersey. Ukaipa High School, Corona Angels, Marty Tyson's team. And the pitcher-catcher working together. The pinch runner would love to come on down, so Sydney gets a chance to enter this game. Sydney out there at second is a Stanford commit. Al and Leslie, dad and mom. Stanford commit. A third consecutive walk, along with the wild pitch, as Chandler tries to get settled in out there in the circle.
They're not missing by much, just hovering around the strike zone, trying to figure it out.
Renee Gutierrez, bouncing ball into center field. It's a base hit. 1 run comes on down. The throw to the plate, not in time. Big aggressive turn, and scampering back to the bag is Malloy. Raylan Gutierrez makes those walks come on down to score 2 more runs. Runners on first and second, 5-0.
Chandler Dennis gets it in the strike zone, but prepared for it. Raylene Gutierrez jumps on it. Simple swing up the middle.
Couple of runners out there. Arizona's in the house, represented by Alina Torres, Cactus High School in Glendale on the west side of Phoenix, Arizona. Her travel team, the Oro Valley Sun Cats. She is headed to ASU. Popped up right side. Diving play! Oh, Riley Boone covered a ton of ground and ended the inning that was an uphill battle for that East squad. Find the strike zone, and if you find it, your defense will back you up. The PGF High School All-American game. The West Squad led by one of the key coaches, Jenny Finch, 3-time All-American, gold medalist as well, Olympic silver medalist down in that first base dugout. Hey, Jenny, thanks for hanging out with the man tonight for just a minute. What's your favorite part about an event like this with all these young athletes? What do you love the most?
I think just seeing them have fun, get to know one another, and they've worked so hard leading up to this moment, so it's their time to shine. And so it's just what a great opportunity to get the best of the best in our game and to showcase how bright our future is.
Are you proud of the evolution of this sport, and where do we have to go to grow even more?
you know, it's so exciting to see every year. I just feel like the opportunity in sport and young female athletes, they're growing up believing that they can become anything, and they're seeing it on TV. And that's the best part, I think, is just what this leads to in future generations, because I know all the benefits of sport and how important and crucial it is for those youngsters to be involved in sports, and, you know, for us softball. So it's exciting to see, and we're in a good place. We're in a good place. Looking forward to softball becoming back in the Olympics for 2020, obviously. So this next year should be hopefully something that will catapult us into the future and carry, and we might have some of the future Olympians hopefully maybe back in 2028 right here on this field.
Yeah, it's so great, the growth of the sport and the girls now having that as a goal. But doesn't it just feel like yesterday, and it was just a couple years ago, that you were on fields like this winning national championships in the high school age division? So then you go to Arizona. What is that link? Like, what do these athletes need to take, or what can you give them to give them that extra boost of confidence maybe, or, you know, that extra piece of advice going into their freshman year of college?
You know, I think just being who they are and staying confident and trusting their preparation. You know, they're here, they've earned it, they belong on those fields. So it's just a matter of not making it bigger than it is, although it's going to be the biggest stage that they've ever competed on. But just be them and keep evolving, enjoy being around that atmosphere. And there's so much to tap into in collegiate athletics, and you know, bringing their game and elevating it to that next level. Just enjoy the ride and make every day count.
Devin Flaherty out of Sarasota, Florida, Riverview High School. She's a Florida State University commit. Leads things off, goes down on strikes. And Jenny Finch joining us. And an opportunity now for spinning that lineup back around. And a chance to see Shaler go to work and swing the bat. Chandler Dennis, who came on to pitch. Hey, Jenny, we've seen a lot of work together with the Diamond Sports, and it feels like whether it be at the All-Star games or even, heck, watching this network on Sunday Night Baseball with one of your old colleagues calling games and regular games, we've seen these two Diamond Sports work together more than ever. Why is that a good thing?
You know, I think it's America's game, baseball, softball, and there's so much that correlate, and you know, we can feed off one another, and it's just a great place for young kids to be out and play the game, whatever it is. And so it's so exciting to see the collaboration and the opportunity out there now for females, and you know, in all areas of the game. It's so exciting for these young ladies. And I was thinking, you know, a lot of them, it'll be their first time playing on TV, but now they have this, so it's like they are already, you know, so many steps ahead of us, where when you know, Freed and I, when we were in this game, like, we weren't on TV in high school, you know. And so just thinking that the opportunity that they have, they're getting so much at an earlier age. It's exciting to see and experience and be a part of.
Hey, Jenny, thank you so much. Blessings to you and your family.
Thank you, guys.
Jenny Finch joining us in that dugout, standing in that sun, by the way. That's a bold play.
It is.
Seemed like her players were getting loose earlier, and they were kind of messing with her, all the things that were going on behind her, and she stayed focused. That means that, yeah, there we go.
She's getting a little taste of what those college coaches have to deal with.
That's exactly right. Lexi Voss, who grounded back to the circle back in the first inning. Pretty piece of hitting, by the way. I couldn't put her name together because they had made a switch in the lineup, but that's Chandler Dennis, who picked up that base hit, who came on out of the circle. Her great story in the Michigan commit.
She's making a good final push for wanting to be in that hitting lineup for the Wolverines.
Voss, her teammate, a fellow University of Michigan commit, heads up that line. Susie Brasney, oh, what a career she had. Still plays senior women's softball. So much fun to be around. Susie's great. Her energy around the sport. Seen her running around, and she led the charge going up and down that lineup, high-fiving once her athletes were introduced. It was fun. You watched it if you were hanging with us earlier. And Alyssa Palomino, so you have, you know, more the veteran, the players that are a few years removed from playing, then you have young Alyssa Palomino.
I hope these athletes are picking her brain like no other. She's been at Arizona doing a tremendous job. She's overcome adversity, a couple of ACL tears, has had to redshirt, but she had a breakout year this last season. She still has one more at Arizona, so I would be in her ear, finding out every secret there is to know about the college game.
There's a lot of power in that bat. And once healthy, I mean, it was 2 years ago, 19 home runs. Bouncing ball out toward third, right to the bag, stepping on it. Fires across the diamond. Jasmine Hill with the fine play. And you want your chance, you ask for it, and then you get it. To the bag. Miss Gutierrez, I'm coming across to you. 5-0. Beautiful crowd. It is packed here in Irvine, California. Bill Barber Park, Deanna Manning Stadium, 5-0. The West squad on top. Brooke Nelson, who is so strong in the circle for Bonnie Lake High School in Bonnie Lake, Washington, and is a Washington commit. As the flex gets a chance to swing the bat to lead things off. Lined out to the third baseman back in the third inning. Team winning a state championship with Bonnie Lake, as that one is high. In a game that was very memorable, the longest in Washington prep history. 13 innings, state title winner. Beautiful pitch just off the plate outside. Still working in the circle out there is Chandler Dennis, the Georgia native, and the Michigan commit. That one sails high and away.
Well, she is not missing by much. That was a nice curveball just off the outside part of the plate. Look at that view.
She earned herself a walk and a chance to run the bases. This is such a great all-around athlete. This is the all-time strikeout leader in the state of Washington. We'll see her work in the circle later. Nearly 1,200 in her career. Kind of a crazy number. Alicia Flores. She's a national champion. She and her team, the Athletics Mercado squad, just winning the 18U Premier National Championship not too long ago. University of Oklahoma commit. Grand Terrace High School in Colton, California. Diving play at first. Diving toward the bag. Not in time for the double play. Oh my goodness, what an effort there. Leaving her feet and hauling that one in.
And this is Sue Play, who was just out there in the circle last inning, laying it out across the body, snagging that line drive, nearly making the double play.
Sydney Souple over at first. Utility player that does play both positions. Ciara Briggs, who singled and scored back in the third inning, shoots that one back to the screen. All Trinity League performer. It's such a strong league. She's at Orange Lutheran here in Southern California. It's like modern day Jay Sarah. Great athletic schools. All 4 years in high school, she was all Trinity League. And she fouls that one back to the screen. All-Star games are fun and a different perspective for these athletes. It's rare that they get a chance to put a uniform on, and it's not that they're not focused, but it's a different kind of focus. They exhale just a little bit down the line. Fair ball, beautiful piece of hitting. Briggs uses the entire diamond, pitch away, took it that way. Let's see how.
And this is a tough pitch to get a good piece of the barrel on, just inside the foul line. Let's take a look at where this ball lands. Fair, and out of the box so quickly.
All right, Kinsey Hansen, it's your opportunity now as that one settles in down the line. Norco High School. She's an Oklahoma commit. Travel team, the OC Batbusters. And her first step out of this game. Three-time high school All-American, 4 times All-Academic. With her work in the classroom and on the softball diamond. Oklahoma, her studies will involve psychology. That's what she'd like to take on in the classroom when she attacks things as a student. We asked all of these athletes to give us a look into the future, where they may be in 10 years. What Kinsey said was fun. In 10 years, I hope to be very successful with a good job and a healthy family. I'll be in very good shape, and I'll still be hitting the weight room every day, just like I did when I was 17.
That's my girl.
Inside and off the plate. Love that. Younger brother is Cole, and her mom and dad, Nicole and Jason. And the hips and hands through the zone quickly with that one.
Now, every one of these athletes just have nice movement through the zone. Watch her hands. This is a tough pitch. Down and inside at the knees. Brings the hands inside and whips the barrel through.
Stay on it, stay on it.
3-2 the count, 5-0 the score. The West squad, a handful of walks and a timely hit by Raylene Gutierrez. All 5 runs coming in the 3rd inning. Bouncing ball, not an easy chance. Backhanded flip in time. Well, that is running a long, long ways to get to the middle of the diamond to make that play, and a very good one.
This is a beautiful play. That looks like a tough hop catch. Caught it behind her. That's Emmy Blaine over there at shortstop.
Blaine, the Kentucky commit, out of Kentucky. As that one on the inside corner. Hope Alley, Foothill High School in Pleasanton, California. The All-American is a Pittsburgh commit. Why'd she choose Pitt? Well, she enjoyed their coaching staff, but nursing is her focus as well. She said, I chose Pitt for their program with regard to nursing. The moment I stepped on campus, it was home. A snap throw to third. Got her! I see you, Gabby Dieters, working behind home plate. Those aren't your regular teammates. That means communication is at a premium, and so is this throw. Bang! You want to show off in a game like this? That's how you do it. The best players wrapping up their high school careers, heading to college here in the next month or so. Nominations accepted by high school and travel coaches. Seniors eligible. Selection committee watch list. Team selected May 18th, announced during the Women's College World Series. On Deck Softball does a great job in pulling this entire thing together. Partners with Ringer, Blast, Motion, DeMarini, USA Today High School Sports, the Gatorade Player of the Year, and Extra Innings Softball. It's a rigorous process. Dan Hay, the president and CEO, will join us here in a bit. We'll get him to briefly expound upon that. But I think credibility is everything. And when you play a game like this, really all you have is the credibility. And you want to do it right. You know, you want to make sure that you're looking 2 years from now and you're seeing All-Americans at the college level. That there isn't, you know, to use a simple word, buddies going on or recommendations. And there's a checks and balances system, which makes this game very different than anything like it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And the product shows really well on the field. Every year it's been the best of the best. And we know that because we do see these athletes go on and perform in college in their freshman year. All-Americans freshman, sophomore, junior year, they're just taking what they've done here at PGF tournaments like this and taking it to that next level.
Back to the screen it goes, and that's what you look for. You want to look ahead and know that you got it right. You want to forecast the future. Very similar on the baseball side. There's a group called Perfect Game. They want to know in their All-American game that they have first-round draft picks the next year. 2-2 the count. Over the outside, just missed with that one. Lexi Sosa did. We're telling you earlier about the extracurricular involvements for Gabrielle Dieters and how active she is with 4-H and Future Farmers of America. There are as many awards in that area as there are for softball. That's a rocket that she hit there. And Jasmine Hill was right there. But Dieter's got those hands through the zone very, very quickly.
Yeah, you gotta be on your toes.
Jasmine with a double earlier in the game. And then this.
There aren't many athletes that can't just smack that ball.
Cindy Souple rolls it to the right side. She took a base hit away with a great effort at first. Now she has a very good view of the similar in-between hop, nice play, Raylene Gutierrez to the bag. That one hits the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike the count. E.C. Taylor. Her first action in this contest. E.C. slow on the ground out of Marion, Arkansas. She's a Florida Gator. We'll tell you more about her as the evening progresses. We played 4 here in beautiful Irvine, California. The high school All-American game. PGF West on top. West is best for now anyway at the Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game. The president and CEO of this great group and the man who had the brainchild of putting this great game together, Dan Hay, the president and CEO of PGF, joins us. 4th year. When you thought about putting this together, you probably took a leap of faith to do it. How proud are you tonight? There's no place to sit, and even though it's a little bit warm, people are fanning themselves because they want to see this level of softball. How proud are you of all of this?
Absolutely proud. Bill Conroy was talking to me about this for 2 years before we actually pulled it off, and bringing Derek and Joanne Allister into it with on-deck softball to do all the legwork and screen all the players. They do a fantastic job in setting up these teams, and we love the success of what it's become.
The John Wayne Cancer Institute benefits from the entire 2 weeks. Families jump in. You make sure the proceeds go to the right place, certainly. But how important is that when you think of all of this big picture?
I believe in giving back, and our organization has given a little under $450,000 to the John Wayne Cancer Institute over the last 7 years, and this year we made a donation of $85,000 due to the giving of every family and here.
Great championship games early today at the 16U, the 18U. Great energy. I want to pause, though, before we talk about that, and remember a dear friend of yours, a man who impacted so much of the sport and also served as a law enforcement officer for his entire career, but we lost Mark Campbell, the great travel ball and high school coach. I know you have some thoughts.
Yeah, Mark was one of my best friends in softball, and he was taken way too early. And, he was an icon in our sport, and he's greatly missed. And, it feels like he's still here. He was just that big of a personality, and he was a champion. He won many national championships here at PGF.
And days like this are made, as his daughter next door taking
Jamie,
this in.
could you stand up, please? Jamie, please stand up. This is Mark's daughter, and she's,
Understand, Dan. I totally understand. But yet I can't imagine.
Yeah. And she works for us. She's done a great job. She's been working for us for the last couple of years, and it's great to have her out here. And we're going to take care of her and her family and make a go of it. So
Isn't that the case with this sport, though? I mean, isn't that the case? There is hurt, there is pain. We had a younger athlete in yesterday's championship in the Platinum saying that softball was her escape after losing her mom to cancer.
Yeah.
And, that to me is what makes the community of softball so beautiful. We honor Mark Campbell. Dan, thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. This man, such a huge impact in this entire event to honor his impact and his legacy, Mark Campbell. The 2019 Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game. We want to thank Dan Hay, the president and CEO of PGF, for coming in and sharing the vision of this company, but more than anything, remembering his friend and doing so in a vulnerable way on national television. And blessings to his daughter there. Again, I can't imagine. So let's play hard and let's work hard. Let's call this one. Let's have fun with the fans. And I think that's how Mark would want us to celebrate today as we celebrate his memory. 5-0. Bottom half of inning number 5. Brooke Nelson takes a softball and goes to work. And right away, she's got a good at-bat that she deals with. Fought off, served into right field for a base hit. Jenna Johnson.
Just a beautiful swing on this. Keeps the head down, goes opposite field.
Angela Zedak pulls those sleeves up, at least that left sleeve. This is her opportunity to shine. Now back to the screen. Oh, 0-2 the count. It's been unique with regard to the metrics in this event, partnered with Blast Motion, who does so much of the providing of these advanced metrics, human metrics like to call them, for Major League Baseball. Plane, connection, and rotation. That's really what it's all about now. And it's getting your bat in the zone, keeping it in the zone, making contact aggressively, early connection and impact, and then rotation. Now those hips and the hands working together. And there's the Blast Motion device. Earlier in the contest, if you were watching Jasmine Hill with the double for the West squad, she had 21.9 Gs of rotational acceleration, and she was on plane 71%, and it paid off for a double. When you're on plane at that point at 71%, you're doing really good things.
And so much of our game we talk about bat speed, getting the bat through the zone, but there's other metrics that matter. Staying on plane long, what's your rotation look like? And that's really what they're focusing on at the major league level, at those high top level colleges. They're using those measurements.
Emmy Blaine out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Christian County High School. The All-American rolls it out towards short. On across the diamond, runners move up to second and third for the E squad as they're looking to strike. Sneaking on over there after picking up the base hit is Jenna Johnson, the Alabama commit.
Number 18, Chandler Dennis.
And Chandler Dennis again. Those athletes are lucky to have players like Natasha Watley just to be able to pick her brain. Going sails high. 1-0 the count. We've been seeing Chandler Dennis work in the circle. Now she's got a chance with a bat in her hands, this All-American, to drive in a run. Inside, just missed the corner. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, Nelson's been going after that inside part of the plate, but we've seen it throughout the game not being called, but it's not missing by much. A nice deceptive pitch. Good speed.
To the right side, back to the screen. How good was she in high school? Brooke Nelson. Here's a number we told you. 1,194 career strikeouts as a pitcher. Better than anyone in state history. She once had a run of 24 consecutive strikeouts combined in a couple of games. 24 in a row, as that one is high.
You figure at some point,
you do that.
I was going to say, you're going to hit the bat at some point, right?
State champion a couple of years ago at Bonnie Lake High School, 4-time team MVP. Got a chase up and out of the zone, 3-2 the count. But I've got to tell you, of all the unique, positive facts we know about this talented pitcher, it's where she plans to be in a decade that I can't wait to share with you. 3-2 bouncing ball to third. They look that runner back. Into the dirt. How about that pick at first? Beautiful glove work over there, cleaning things up very nicely. Alyssa Garcia.
This is how confident you can be as a fielder to get that ball over there as quick as you can when you got Alyssa Garcia, who spends time behind the plate as well. Used to picking balls out of the dirt. Beautiful finish to that play.
Audrey LeClaire shoots that one across. Hang tight, I haven't forgot about sharing that with you. And I may have to wait. Charging, fielding, firing. That one trickles away. A couple of runs will score for the E squad. LeClaire sees her base runner hurrying all the way around toward the plate and in there. How fun was that to watch? A journey around the diamond with Isabella Dayton, the Arizona commit. Ha
Oh, Mike Andre has got to be loving this. First of all, the short game and the speed, an element to his game that he's excited to add to this season. But then look at those wheels around the bases. That's what speed does. It puts pressure on the defense. It forces errors. And then that speed around the base paths all the way around to score.
Reading the defense, base running, and setting the tempo at the top of the order is what Dayton is most proud of. She's out of Wiley, Texas, Wiley High School. You might remember her uncle, Don Barbara, who was an All-American at Long Beach State and played for quite some time professionally. Baseball, that is. One of the original Dirtbags, if you know the name of Long Beach State's baseball team. Mackenzie Donahue, Oklahoma commit.
It's a nice off-speed pitch.
Donahue out of Mustang High School in Mustang, Oklahoma. So to finish the thought on Nelson, in 10 years, I'll have my softball farmer's stand. I'll be clearly visible 5 miles away in Target because that store has a way of enticing me to buy stuff. Target is my therapy at times, as that one is fouled back to the screen. She goes on to say, hopefully I'll have those 10 dogs that mom and dad always turn down every Christmas and birthday. I love that sense of humor.
If she likes Target now, she's in trouble when she gets to be older.
A paycheck?
Yeah.
2-2 the count. Chase is up and out of the zone. We look forward to seeing that farmer's tan, and we look forward to seeing it now and a decade from now, and certainly what she is able to do for Heather Tarr and the University of Washington in the Pac-12. From Gabby Dieters behind home plate, for her work at third as well. Defense for the E squad, everything. Sydney Suplee with the diving play there. The work on the backhand by Emmy Blaine. And there's that snap throw we were talking about with Gabby Dieters. Look, that's what you're supposed to do, right? In an All-American game. Show out, and the defense, while we were showing you some pictures from prior, does it again.
Yeah, defense has been fun to watch. Take a look at this fish shot. Nice play over by Zedak at third.
I appreciate you keeping up with all those defensive changes.
I'm trying.
You're doing a great job, Freed. Keep it up. Ouch. That one high and tight. Tatum Goff is in the circle, by the way, with that left arm. And that one uncomfortable in there. Ouch.
See that knob
Sydney Huff, by the way.
tracker fell right off the bat.
Sydney Huff, the Stanford commit with the Corona Angels. Julia Jimenez, Etowanda High School, Fontana, California. Also committed to the University of Michigan. Tony Rico, her travel coach, Firecrackers Rico. And she's won a championship at the platinum level with Firecrackers Brashear, PGF championship at the 16U level. Julia with her first at bat. But golf in the circle is headed to Kansas. Gets a chase up and away.
And Kansas lucky to have this one. Look at the spin, speed, movement on that pitch. She likes to go with that curveball and the rise ball, but she will throw hitters off with the changeup, so a very good repertoire.
Pre-nursing her pursuit in the classroom. Anesthetist is what she would like to be. That's what she aspires to be. Checking in on her in a decade, that's what she hopes she's doing, and doing it well, along with her house full of rescue dogs. What good movement there. A screwball with some jump to it. Gets an uncomfortable swing for a strikeout. Well, this is pretty work from that left arm. Screwball tough to catch up with as we roll along 5-3. Right now it's the West Squad.
Able to play my favorite sport with some of my favorite people in the world on one of the biggest stages in softball is such an honor, and I'm so excited to be a part of this year's PGF 10th year anniversary.
Washington's Bonnie Lake High School AP Scholar 4 times, student body class senator. And by the way, heading to pitch in the Pac-12 as she goes back to work the thoughts of Brooke Nelson. Amanda Freed, Olympian, All-American and national champion. My name is Darren Sutton. Certainly glad you're spending time with all of us and enjoying celebrating the sport, along with Natasha Watley, Alyssa Palomino, Susie Brasney, the coaches in that East dugout. Jenny Finch, Lovey-Ann Jung, and Tony Mascarenas, coaches in the West dugout. Well, there is some softball brain power there.
And you know this event's great when the coaches come back year after year. They just love being a part of this as well. And if you talk to every single one of them, they wish there would have been an event like this when they were playing. Even Alyssa Palomino, she's just missed this event by 1 year. She left, and then here it was the following, and she talked about how much fun it would have been to be a part of this. But now she is, as a coach.
And at bat for Kaya Lopresti. Lopresti rolls it to the right side. On a backhand, the play is made. The pride of Brandon, Florida, Riverview High School, the Tampa Mustangs, who's headed to Florida State University. How good was Lopresti in high school? She just said goodbye to her high school with her number retired. That's how great of a high school softball player she was. So good to have her in this game. The future criminology major with her head coach, Natasha Watley, looking on. Kaya tried to shoot that one through to the right side in her first at bat. Sydney Souple, who has been heard from a lot, the Wisconsinite.
And Sydney's been very active today in the pitching circle, at first base, at the plate.
Fouled back to the screen. She can get some unique advice from parents, Heidi and Jay, but then older brother and sister, Jay Jr.'s 37, and sister Carrie is 35. And then a great blessing, Sydney. Rolls it to the right side, and she will run the bases. Life is fun to predict, isn't it? When you're having those two children and you're about to be an empty nester, and then this bundle of joy comes along and you watch her become an amazing student, an amazing athlete, and you're glad you went through that journey once again. I'm sure Jay and Heidi would say that, as now they're actually going to say goodbye and have that empty nest. They'll probably miss everyone.
It's true.
What a great story, though, and Wisconsin proud of her efforts as a softball player. As that one sails high. E.C. Taylor, St. Benedict at Auburndale, Marion, Arkansas. And the Florida Gators in her dream school since she was 9 years old. And as far as opportunities for E.C., this is really her first big chance to play on a national stage, so just having a blast this week. She slaps that one against the screen. Scouting report that she shared, I'm fast, I'm a slapper, and I have many tools. In the outfield, I will cover it. I cover a lot of ground.
All of it. And if you're a college coach and you're at Florida, you're at Alabama, you've got athletes out here playing, this is what you want them to be doing before they come out and join your team. You want them to be a part of this atmosphere and play against the best athletes and understand the situation that they're walking into so they're better prepared.
Well, that's a great point, because just about every day in something like the SEC is like this, if not more experienced and more superior with regard to the level of play. Good off-speed pitch. Second out of the inning. That one is rolled to the right side. 5-3, the West squad leading at bottom of the sixth. So play with a quick tip on what she saw with the bat in her hands. It's Jenna Johnson, Page Hill High School, Franklin, Tennessee, the Alabama commit. High pop-up. Easy chance in center field. That East squad chipped away. They did score 3, but that's where they're stuck. They'll get one more chance to swing the bat in Southern California. PGF High School All-American game. Five to 3 as we move into the seventh inning. The West looking to add to their lead, earn some bragging rights in this fourth edition of the PGF High School All-American game. They're 2-1. And Tatum Goff, the Texan, hopes to keep it exactly where it's at right now. The daughter of Shauna and Donnie, and the younger sister of Toby and Amber. She heads to Kansas. In that Jayhawks uniform. Similar colors, by the way, as the one she's wearing right now. Popped up. Ball, ball, ball. I have got it, and that is wonderful communication. Clear as a bell. You couldn't miss that. Angela Zedak charging in from third.
That's what you need in these types of all-star situations. Haven't played next to a lot of the athletes around you, so you wave those arms, make sure everybody knows you've got it. A nice job. That's Zedak over at third.
UCLA commit Seneca Curo, her first at bat. She is an 18U national champion. Her team, Athletics Mercado, handful of her teammates on her West All-American squad, winning it early today. Out of Ramona High School, Verona, California. Hits it hard, down to a knee, making the play. That's a screamer out to short. Beautiful, keeping that bat in the zone a long, long time. That's Alyssa Popelka making the play.
Yeah, it's just been fun to watch the defense work. Everyone's staying on their toes and showing off the glove.
Popelka, a Texas commit. The shortstop. One 1-0 the count. Well, this game each and every year doesn't disappoint. I think the highlight for me has not been the homers or the big power, which we haven't seen. Just great defense. Great communication for these athletes that maybe, had one or two workouts together?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's a good test. Going into next year, you're going to be around an entirely different team. There's a very common language in softball that everybody kind of gets.
It's a great combination of thinking that you were probably the best player in the room and believing that, yet you want to be the best teammate in the room.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's exactly what it will feel like as these players merge. Their lane merges into 3 years of experience in some cases at the college level in the World Series, playing fall softball, high pressure, dealing with college professors. Being away from home, that's about to become a challenging merge lane, but they hope they've learned a lot from their family and maybe their travel ball coaches.
And I think Jenny said it really well. Just trust that you're prepared and don't make it any bigger than it is.
You know who did that with regard to swing, not making it too big, is Kinsey Hansen, the Norco High School grad and the Oklahoma commit. This is pretty.
And Kinsey Hansen has had just a phenomenal year, both in high school and in travel ball, and here at this All-American game. Super simple swing up the middle. That shows you how much power she's got.
OC Batbusters Stith, a very successful program, and she is one of the foundational players there. 2 times a CIF champion at Norco High School. Pittsburgh Panthers await the arrival of this right-handed hitter, Hope Alley. Ouch. Goff got her that time, so Alley is hit by a pitch.
A hard cut rise ball inside, just catches her on the thigh. That's a tough pitch to execute, but I like the determination to get it in tight on the righties coming from a left-handed pitcher. That's going to be a very important pitch when you get to the next level. You got to keep hitters honest on that inside corner.
0-1 the count, Jasmine Hill. The ASU commit, the soon-to-be Sun Devil, and the alum of the SoCal Athletics Richardson program. Bruce Richardson does such a great job. Foul ball on a backhand. Suplee with the effort there. We'll name the MVP. Hang around, see these teams exchange pleasantries after the game, and get ready for the next steps in their lives. We're now closer than ever to the month of August, and all of these students know the month of August is moving month. Wrapping up your business at home, and for the first time, that home bedroom is not your spot anymore. Most cases, it's a dorm. Hung off a little bit too much. And getting back safely. Boy, hand in the cookie jar. I mean, just deep in that cookie jar, but managing to get away with it.
Yeah, and you get away with it because of the communication piece in this, and this type of a play can be very team specific, so you do what you can, you get in a rundown, you hope to nail it in one throw to avoid.
And into center field. Alley escaped in that rundown, and it set up an opportunity for Jasmine Hill to drive in a run. That's the 6th run for the West squad. 6-3, I should say. The West leads it.
So that play turns out to be huge, puts the runner on third base and opens it up for this nice, easy shot up the middle for an RBI.
This is Audrey LeClaire's chance to hit. Firecrackers, Arizona, University of Michigan. Academically, Phoenix Country Day School. Familiar with the area, not too far from 40th and Camelback in Phoenix, Arizona. Great academic school. Ted is dad, Allie is mom. She has got much younger siblings, 4 and 1, Charlotte and Annabelle. But my goodness, was she an outstanding prep softball player. Career .737 hitter with 26 career home runs. As LeClaire fouls that one off. Played hoops and played it effectively at Phoenix Country Day. 12 points a game junior and senior year, and was a great long jumper and high jumper, along with, at a school like that, a 3.7 GPA.
And for these athletes to be in this game, you've got to hit academic standards also.
Yes.
So this is really a well-rounded, balanced group of athletes.
Into center field, run down out there. LeClaire with a beautiful swing, that bat level through the zone, but the gap covered very nicely in right center field. 3 outs away from some bragging rights as we put a bow on this, the PGF High School All-American game. Final moments unless there's a rally. And what a blast it's been tonight. The Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game. The sun starting to say goodbye to certain parts of this ballpark. As that one is fouled back to the screen. Angela Zedek gets an opportunity. Jenny Finch's team, some timely hitting, took advantage of some early walks. In on the hands, popped up to the right side. First out of the inning. Talented arm of Brooke Nelson trying to wrap this one up in the circle.
A little combination of pitching by Lexi Sosa. Brooke Nelson did a good job working with the battery, keeping the defense engaged, keeping runners off base.
Alyssa Popelka, University of Texas commit, takes strike one. Alyssa, Austin, Texas, Westwood High School. That one sweeps outside and off the plate. Sister Haley, softballer at Boston University a couple of seasons ago. Battled back from some pretty serious injuries to play there for a season. BU, of course, a great academic institution as well, so she overcame quite a bit, but Alyssa lists her as one of her great inspirations. Her dad is Drew, her mom is Jennifer. Bouncing ball, good speed, fielding, firing, no chance. No chance. You love the leap, you love the athleticism, but what are you going to do with that kind of speed? Nothing that Sydney Humph could do.
Yep, and that's just a nice job trying to make that play. It looks like that's Hope Alley over there at second base.
That is Hope, number one in that
nice
jersey.
transition, leap and throw, strong throw across her body.
Yeah, Alley, Pleasanton, California native, and that is a strike one. We've seen Goff work in the circle and work effectively. Now she gets a chance to hit. Tatum Goff swings right through that one, the Kansas commit. Well, there's some talent there in that arm as a pitcher as well.
A lot of swinging pitchers out there, swinging with some power.
Off speed, had her out front, and down she goes. 2 outs, 1 out away from putting this one to bed.
This is a pretty look at that off-speed pitch after bringing the heat. The high heat goes down in the zone with a changeup. That'll really mix a hitter up. Look at the drop on that off-speed.
Isabella Dayton. The Arizona commit. With that great speed after dropping down a beautiful bunt, running around the diamond. Tempo setter, what she values the most in plays like that. In between. Wow, what a way to end things. Defense has been the order of the day in this contest, and here once again, a fine defensive play to end the 2019 Premier Girls Fastpitch High School All-American game. It goes to the West squad.
I think you said it. The story was defense. What a tremendous effort on both sides. The East was making plays left and right, laying it out, picking the pitchers up, and then the West coming through. Big when it counted, they'll come away this season with bragging rights with the All-American Championship as they're being awarded right now. But I'm excited to watch these athletes continue on with their careers. Bright futures, a lot of expectations I'm sure they're going to meet, and I know they're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Jasmine Hill, the most valuable player. We'll talk about her efforts and all of those that were fun to watch tonight here in Irvine, California.